Oh, Carlos, I can already smell the cigarette when we were walking in here. So congratulations on the victory. I guess it's been a while since your fight ended. So I guess what are the emotions after getting a violent knockout like that?
Bro, I'm so happy. Jeff Neal is a really good opponent. I trained so hard for the fight. Training a lot, and I'm really happy.
He came out pretty aggressive, all week. He was saying first round knockout, 1 round fight. So is that how you saw the fight playing out? Like using his aggression to finish the fight?
Yeah, the planning was like move a lot because he have a good hands, and then I got one punch, and I was like, today I think his hand is not heavy like always. So now I can move less, and I can focus on hurting him and knocking him out.
It's obviously a big couple of months for your team. Fighting Nerds went 3-0 today. So I guess how's the team back there after Karini's win, Mikhail's win, now your win?
Bro, I'm really happy. Everybody on the gym work hard, work so much. So it's just hard work paying off.
And you called out Leon Edwards for UFC Rio. Dana White obviously said you get that spot. But I don't know if you've heard, Michael Venom Page was back here, and we asked about that fight, and he said he would 100% take the fight against you at UFC Rio on October 11th. So would that be a fight you would be interested in if Leon doesn't take the fight?
Bro, anybody who step on the cage on Rio 11 October, I will be there. The first option, of course, Leon. I'm here to fight against the best guys in the world. Then I can prove I'm the best in the world. So anyway, anybody who step on the cage, I'm gonna be there.
If it is Michael Venom Page, what do you make of his style in there? Because
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a really interesting fight. He sparred me for a long time. So if UFC give me him, that's okay. Let's fight.
He said he wants a 5-round co-main event fight. Is that what you want too?
Yeah, I really enjoyed to fight last time, 5 rounds. Let's see. I'm gonna celebrate a little bit, and then I'm gonna back on the gym 2 weeks. I'm gonna think about 5 rounds or 3.
Carlos, congratulations on the victory. What does a post-knockout cigarette feel like?
Feel amazing. My birthday, uh, a lot of hard work, just paying off. I'm feeling amazing. Now I want to celebrate. I go to some party, celebrate my birthday, my victory, my bonus, and then back to the gym and keep focus on Rio card.
Well deserved. And do you plan on going to Paris to support Kaio and Rufi?
Yeah, I will be there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Question over here. Joe Rogan asked on the broadcast, so I'm just gonna repeat the question. How many cigarettes do you smoke a day?
Maybe 8, 10. Depends of the day.
And then on media day, I had asked you who you would want after Neil, and you said it was a surprise, and you were going to call them out, and you called out Leon Edwards. What made you decide on Leon Edwards?
I don't know. I'm a huge fan for him. He is on the best in the world, former champ. I think I want to become a champ, and I think I'm here to fight with the best guys in the world, and I think he's one of the best. So let's go.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Carlos, who had the better spinning elbow knockout tonight? You or Lerone Murphy?
Yeah, bro. I think he got the bonus, and he had to pay me 20% of his bonus, because he saw my fight before, and I'm sure he did it, So I think he needs to give me 20% of his bonus.
Yeah, MVP when he said it was a very nice elbow, but he said you're not hitting me with that. He's very elusive on the feet. Do you think you could get Michael Page with that as well?
Say again.
You think you could get Michael Page with the spinning elbow as well? He said that you couldn't land it on him.
I know. I don't know. I think I need to. If we fight, I think I need to plan something different, because he will be like he gonna pay attention about my elbow right now.
All good.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
So I'm kind of working on Tuesday. Trying to keep it up.
Smelling like cigarettes up here.
You take 3 guesses why. First of all, congratulations. I feel like this was a big moment in your career, and then to capitalize on that opportunity was unbelievable. To pull it off in the way that you did, how satisfied are you feeling right now?
Yeah, that was massive. What a place to do it. Like you said, UFC 319 co-main event. I needed something big like this, and obviously the UFC is about moments. I just created a great moment then for myself, for the fans. I'm happy.
You said it yourself there, the UFC needs moments, but you also have to win, right? So can you even go into a fight with the mindset of, I do need to try and find an opening to pull something off here, or do you just see it and take it?
It's just a fight. You don't go in there with them intention. You go in there with the intentions, but it's like I don't search for it. I knew it was going to come though because of his pressure. He was very good though. I have to hold my hats off to him. He's a very good fighter.
Yeah, just out of interest, how much did the body shot hurt?
I felt it, but it wasn't going to stop me. Do you know what? He's got solid boxing, man, and I think he'll do well in the UFC. He's going to learn from this. You can't pressure high level fighters like that.
Yeah, you said in the cage, and you said now that you knew he was going to run onto something just with that aggression. Carlos Pratz says you got the inspiration from him, and you actually owe him 20% of your bonus. I don't know if you're feeling generous tonight.
Yeah, I spoke to him before, but yeah.
And again, nothing is concrete in this game, but you have the featherweight champion of the world calling you out for a fight in December. Alex Volkanovski wants to fight you. It seems like you've done enough at this stage. Is that the fight, and is that the timeline you would like to do?
That December will be perfect for me. Gives me time to recharge, spend some time with the family, and then work on some bits and get better and come back better. December will be great to share the octagon with Volkanovski, one of the featherweight goats. Adding another scalp to my already quality resume. I'm 9 fights undefeated now. Yeah,
You know better than me.
Yeah. So I've had 10 fights in the UFC now, 1 draw, 9 wins. It's time for a title fight.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
After your last win in the Apex, you were very vocal with the fans that maybe even if they were dissatisfied with the performance, like it didn't matter to you. But in hindsight, to win like this, and I'm sure it wasn't dwelling on you, but like all those fans that maybe didn't like your last win, does this make it even more satisfying? They're like, look what I just did. Like, what else do you want? Yeah, for sure. And like I said previously, you have to fight everybody differently. You can't stand there and trade with Josh Emmett. It's just not smart, right? We've seen what he does to guys that do that. So to get a knockout now, I'm shutting them haters up anyway. I know I can do that. I know what I've got in the bag, and I know that the best version of me has not been shown yet, and I will show that in December. And we've seen a lot of featherweights, they get kind of a fast rise, like Ilya and Diego. Like they rack up a few wins, then they're already thrust into a title fight. You've had the long road, like Abu Dhabi a bunch, Apex, and now fighting on this. Do you prefer this like slow rise, or does like as part of you at times be like, hey, how come I'm not getting this treatment too? I'm undefeated here. Yeah, I couldn't have got, like, I love this. I love the hard road. It shapes me into a stronger person, resilient person. I wouldn't have wanted to have 2-3 fights in the UFC and went straight there. I've done it the hard way. Even in 2022 when I was injured, out, nearly lost my career. I have to fight back from that. And to get here today, it just makes that victory even better.
Yeah, so at Media Day, we talked about, you might have missed some opportunities because you didn't talk enough. You didn't, go out there like enough. Is it more satisfying that now you got the champ calling you out? Is it more satisfying that he did it in the most violent way possible? Exactly that. I let my fighting do the talk. I let my elbows do the talking. And the champ's calling me out now because he knows that I should be next in line. I deserve it more than anybody else. Nobody's had 5 wins in the top 15 there. I've had 2 main event slots, and that was a great knockout. So I deserve it more. Let's go, Volk. Yeah, you always get a big pop when you fight in the UK. That was insane. When you got that knockout, huge pop and everything. How satisfying was that? Oh, that was great. That was like one of the best moments of my career, if not the best moment. Co-main event, vicious KO over a quality opponent. I couldn't be much happier. And maybe we'll hold off on opening that school of trash talk.
What's that? Sorry.
Maybe we hold off on opening Lerone Murphy's School of Trash Talk.
Nah, I'll always be me. I'll always stick to me. Don't get me wrong. If people give it me, I'll give it them back.
Lerone, over here, congratulations on the victory. You're obviously the miracle from Manchester. You've inspired so many people there. What goals do you have with this bigger platform to help your city?
Listen, even if I get that title shot and I win the title, that's going to open more doors for more people, which has always been my goal, always been my aim, to bring people on with me as well and give everybody a better life. So yeah, man, I'm not just working for me. It's much bigger than myself, and I'm showing that all the guys that are coming through now. The coach Carl Prince is bringing a lot of guys through. You see, like likes of a T-Ball. We've got a guy on Contender Series on Tuesday. We've got more guys coming through. We're flying at the minute, and we're flying the flag for the UK.
And December, Ilya and Paddy Pimblett want to fight each other in Vegas. Then what would it be like if you're you and Volk are their co-main event, UK versus the world?
Wow, that would be crazy. I've not even heard that yet, but I think that'll be the best card ever. Let's do that. Let's do Volkanovski versus Lerone Murphy and Ilya Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett, and we'll blow the roof off.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lerone,
Yeah.
can you just do your best to try to describe what it feels like to knock someone out like that?
It's just, do you know what? It's more, I don't even know. It's like a relief. Obviously, you've had all the pressure on you for that day, and then you have some beast in front of you, and you just put him to sleep like that, and the crowd roars. It's like only something you can dream of. I can't even put it into words.
Is it like the perfect moment to do into a title fight? Because, you know, past 5 were decisions, and now you go into your biggest fight having done that to someone and, you know, showing you're capable.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not been like, I don't know why everyone like puts decisions down so much. It's like, that's just a fight. When you fight in the top level guys, it's sometimes the harder to finish. But I feel like I've looked good in all the fights. Some fights have looked better than in others, but that's just the way the game goes. You can't finish everybody, but it's good to get a finish now.
Can you give us an early breakdown of what a fight versus Volkanovski looks like in your mind?
Ooh, I think it'd be a barn burner. I think it'd be a great fight, and I'll push the pace in that fight, and I'll look for the finish again.
Sorry, one more for me. Did you get to talk to Aaron after the fight at all?
Nah, I didn't, but I wanted to, but I've not seen him.
All right, gotcha. Thank you.
Sorry. The elbow was very calculated. Was that something that you practiced and saw before the fight? Because he's very wrestle heavy, and it was kind of at your like torso level. Was that something that you kind of pictured in your mind, or was it just in the moment, the feeling?
Yeah, I'm one of the best technicians in the game, and I knew from watching tape on him where he would put his head eventually, and I set it up nicely. I had a few tricks up my sleeve that I was going to use in the fight, a few techniques, a few fight ending sequences, and I knew one of them would come off at some point because he was so aggressive. Thank you. Thank you.
So, thank you.
he right away smells it. Like, take.
Who's smoking in there?
Give you 3 guesses who just left.
All right, the attendance tonight was 20,023, sold out. Gate was 11.01 million, highest grossing event in the arena's history. Fight of the night, Elliot, Lerone, Carlos, and Khamzat, they all won $50,000. Hi.
Hello. We'll start with the main event. Incredible energy in the crowd, incredible fight itself. Khamzat's performance, I mean, was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Give us your takeaway of it. And did you see before this fight that being the possible way it was going to play out?
No. The lead up to this fight, I said, I bet the main event is the fight of the night. Didn't see that coming, but not shocked either. I mean, you go in and dominate the way that he dominated. If you can do it the first round, more than likely you can do it the second and throughout the rest of the fight.
Yeah. There was a time, and it was in the promos leading up to this fight, you said Khamzat was special, one of the most special guys you've ever seen. Do you think he's lived up to that yet, or does he still have a little ways to go because he's been a bit more inactive since
the night on when we were on Fight Island? He said, I want to fight next Saturday. Ever since then, the guy's been a rocket ship and obviously is very popular too. People love him. Fighting back here in the United States, and obviously Chicago loved him too.
Do you hope that he can maybe start getting back towards the levels of activity we saw at the beginning of his UFC career?
He's the champ now, so.
Okay. And what did you think of DDP's performance, right? Obviously, he was outmatched in the wrestling, never gave up, though. Even in the last round, he started landing his own shots. What did you make of DDP and his toughness to survive 5 rounds?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I had every round at 10-8, maybe except for the last round. But to be in the position that he was in and the crucifix and just getting dominated on the ground and punched in the face and elbowed, and it's a very frustrating place to be in. I thought he handled it well and came out every round, trying to get in the fight and try to win. Yeah. Impressive.
On the crucifix, it's a weird one, right? They're landing strikes. He's landing like 200 punches around, but they're not quite hard enough to end the fight. Are you glad the referee doesn't wave a fight off in that position?
Listen, I don't know how hard they are, and I don't want to fucking know how hard they are. Nobody wants to be in a crucifix getting punched in the head like that. It's got to be the most frustrating, suck the heart and soul right out of you type thing to happen. And just getting dominated on the ground the way that he did is no fun for anybody. I wouldn't say that, he's getting pitted-patted striked. I mean, his face was pretty busted up. The knees that he was taking to the body and to the legs and the hips, and it's going to be a long ride home to South Africa.
And then Lerone Murphy, I don't think anything is guaranteed in this sport in terms of getting title shots and stuff like that. But if there's a way you could get as close to guaranteed as possible, he must have done that tonight with that spinning elbow.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to say with a guy who has a record like he has and sits where he sits in the division, to say that tonight was sort of a coming out party for him, but it definitely was.
Alex Volkanovski has said he would like to fight him in December. It's not often you see a champion calling out the challenger. Could be interested.
I love it.
And then as far as Carlos Pratz, another spinning back elbow and finish, crazy stuff. Wants to fight in Rio. You gave him that fight against who, we're not sure. But MVP was here earlier and said he would step in and fight in Brazil.
Yeah, we'll see when we get back. And, Jeff Neal came in very confident that he was going to finish him and knock him out. And for Carlos what an unbelievable performance he put on. Incredible fight.
And were there any medical updates on Jeff and Aaron, because they were down for a while after those knockouts?
Yeah, well, Pico was transferred, and I haven't heard anything about Jeff. I think he's okay. But Pico, I'm no doctor, but I'm gonna say he has a concussion for sure. But we haven't heard anything back that anything bad is happening. He's getting checked for his head and face.
Tim Elliott just became, I think, the tied Figueiredo for the most wins in UFC flyweight history. His next fight, he says, is his last on his contract. Are you interested in staying in the Tim Elliott business?
Absolutely. I mean, look at what he did tonight, how he came out and performed. Yeah.
And then by Sunger, the guy you labeled Billy at the Jimmy at what did you make of his performance? Obviously, a lot of hype coming in. A bit of a rocky first round, but he still pulled it off.
Yeah, listen, if you look at what this guy did, he takes the fight on 4 days' notice, wins, and comes back and fights another fight on 4 days' notice. I mean, just the pressure alone of what that kid probably had to deal with is impressive. And I also love Nolan. You know, I went up there and told him after the fight, go home, relax, spend some time with your family, enjoy yourself. You're not going anywhere. We're going to sign him to a deal.
Just last one for me. I don't know if any fighters have talked to you, but I guess there was some issue with this official scale at weigh-ins. A lot of fighters were heavier than their scales were. Did that get back to you? And a lot of them were like, can we just get digital scales at this point?
Not at all. It's the first I'm hearing of it.
I guess MVP, they said he was overweight for middleweight. Dricus was very annoyed that the scale he was using all week was not the same as the official scale and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, a lot of fights don't come to Chicago. We haven't been here in 6 years. So, you know, I don't expect things to always be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but the event went very well. I thought the officials did a great job. And, you know, I didn't hear about the scale, but that's a pain in the ass. I agree. It's unfortunate that it happened.
Dana, speaking of the scales, Brian Battle missed weight for this card. It was second straight weight miss in 2 different divisions. People are just wondering kind of what his status is after that.
I haven't thought about it yet. We'll get home and figure it out.
Yeah. How big do you think Khamzat can be? Like, our numbers this week have felt, you know, kind of extraordinary. I don't know it, the pay-per-view, all that type of stuff.
I agree. No, we felt the same.
Yeah. Do you feel like he can be the biggest star in the sport soon here?
Yeah. I mean, he's a big star now. I mean, he's a big star. I mean, when you're asking me, you're saying how much bigger can he be? I don't know. We'll see. But he's already a big star. Everything about this fight was big, from pay-per-view to all the numbers that we were looking at, and just being here in Chicago. I mean, the last 3 days here felt big. Tonight in the arena was insane. Yeah, he's a star. I don't know if you're asking me how much more of a star can he be. We'll see.
He had said all fight week he wants to turn around and fight in Abu Dhabi. Is that something you would consider, or do you feel like with the heavyweight title already on that card, like he maybe?
I just had a kid fight Tuesday and wanted to turn around and come here. I would Abu Dhabi. I would definitely consider.
Yeah, and I mean, so many great potential contenders right now, right? We had the great Fluffy win, Renier de Ridder. We have a huge fight in Paris. Are you just kind of waiting for the Paris one and then maybe see the lay of the land of who could be next?
I'm waiting for Tuesday, and then but yeah, I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, and a lot of talk this week about the new TV deal, all that type of stuff. I know probably not much has changed in terms of meetings or anything since Tuesday, but I'm curious, when you talk about the bonuses and changing that, would you ever consider implementing just a finish bonus instead of performance ones? Like, you got to finish, that's the bonus for you.
I mean, finishes are part of it. Finishes are part of the. I mean, when you think about it, other than Khamzat, the finishes were the other bonuses. But I mean, I think you have to mix everything into the equation. A great performance. You know, I don't want to put myself in a box with just finishes.
Mm-hmm. And on the topic of fire pay, some people were wondering if you would ever consider moving away from the show win model and maybe doing like flat purses across the.
Listen, man, this business has worked just fine. The model isn't broken. You know, I love when people who have no fucking idea what they're talking about and don't know anything about the business give input. It's fun.
There was a report that the UFC Apex is going to be expanded to have like 10 to 15,000.
That was the biggest bullshit story ever written. It's fucking unbelievable. They quoted people that literally said nothing to them, never spoke to them or anything. That entire story was a fucking absolute bullshit lie. The craziest thing we've ever seen. I fucking called Lerone and said, Lerone, this whole story is a lie. Everything about it is a lie, including the people that they quoted. Never talked to them.
How does that happen?
How does that happen, Lerone, the head of PR for the UFC? What did she say? What's the answer?
I don't know. They said we're sorry.
Okay.
They were sorry. They did do a retraction.
Okay, so you're satisfied with the recent construction to the Apex? That's how it's going to be.
Yes, I mean, to think that if you look at the construction that's going at the Apex, to even think that it's going to be a 10,000 seat arena, anyway. Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable. Complete lie. Everything about that story was a lie.
Yeah, I got a question about bonuses. So today it seemed like there was kind of a new thing where there were like instantaneous, the fighters were notified in the.
That's not a new thing. I mean, did you see the fights?
No, I mean, they definitely deserved it, but it was the last 3 fights. So
I mean, I was looking at the fights from earlier. They were good, and there was some impressive stuff. Those two fights were like, yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I knew nothing before it had beat it, and anything after. If anything else was crazier than those, I'd have paid the money. I'd have just said, all right.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that was kind of going to be a new thing moving forward, where you like fighters.
When shit like that happens again, yes, that will be a new thing that will happen moving forward. I mean, if those fights were the second fight on the entire night, I would have said the same thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Somebody would have had to been decapitated for you know what I mean? I don't know what would have been bigger than what happened in those fights.
Okay, I got a question about. We were talking about some people in the main card, but one of the performances that kind of stood out to me was the Gerald Meerschaert performance. I know he's later in the career, he's in terms of submissions up there in records for the weight class, but I'm wondering, when you saw that performance, do you see performances from veterans like that and wonder, like, okay, is there conversations that you have with vets at that point, or is it you just kind of leave it up to them as to how, if they're going to continue or what have you?
So what are you saying? You're saying that Gerald should be done. He should no longer fight in the UFC.
I don't want to give Gerald advice, but something looked off today.
It happens. I mean, guys fight, and sometimes things are off. Sometimes you have a bad night. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Myself, I didn't look at that fight and go, holy shit, he's got to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Is the UFC's video game license going to stay with Electronic Arts? And if so, when can we expect EA UFC 6?
I have no idea. That is there literally couldn't be a thing furthest from my mind and thoughts right now than that. But we love EA Sports. We have great relationships there. It's been a great partnership. I don't know the answer to that question.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Dana, a really fun night here in Chicago. Just looking forward. I know there's been so much speculation about the White House card. I've seen a lot, obviously, of what you said recently to Jim Rome. Just wondered, at this point, is there anything in the next few months or several months that John could do where you could say, okay, I actually trust him to put him on that card?
Let me ask you, what do you think John would do in the next couple of months that would make me trust putting him on the White House card?
Well, I would not trust him, but I would like to see him fight Aspinall on that card down the road.
So I already said that I don't trust him, and you're asking me what could he do for me to trust him in the next 3 months. You don't trust him.
Well, yes, but you talk to him. I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't talk to him either. I haven't talked to him at all.
Well, there's a greater chance you'll talk to him than I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I would not bet on, if I had to make odds, it's 1,000,000,000 to 1 that I put John Jones on the White House card.
All right, I think that ends the questions on it.
Yeah.
What do you think of the energy and all week in Chicago? I mean, the fans were insane.
Let me tell you what, this city is awesome. It's beautiful. The food is off the charts, and to be back here after 6 years, the arena was really, really good to us, and the fans here were amazing. It was an incredible week, and I'm glad we chose to come here with this fight.
Speaking of food, you already said earlier on, you told Gary Breck on video, you're just like, hey, sorry.
Yeah. No, I've had Lou Malnati's twice since I've been here. I ate at Portillo's. We ate at Gibson's last night. It was amazing. And I told my assistant, find the best sandwich shop in town, and I want sandwiches on the way home. So yeah, incredible. And the desserts over at Gibson's. If you've never eaten at Gibson's Steakhouse, the steak, everything, it's phenomenal. The desserts are some of the best desserts you'll ever have. They're massive.
There you go.
If you're a fat boy like me, get over to Gibson's. And if you don't like anything on the menu, eat the dessert.
There you go. Last one for me. Just a question for Joseph Morales. How do you put, I guess, how do you look at his story? Leaving the UFC in 2019, going to Cage Warriors, going around, earning a spot on The Ultimate Fighter, and then winning the entire thing to come back and earn a spot back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know where you were going with that at first. Yeah, great story. I mean, what the kid has accomplished after, I wouldn't call him down and out, but the position he was in, and to come back and win this, it's incredible. I love stories like that. And I love, for these two kids to come off the Contender Series. And, he comes off the Contender Series, and then Nolan takes the fight on 4 days' notice. They come in and put on a fight like that. I put them on the main event on ESPN, and they come in and deliver like they did. I love that shit. This is what it's all about. That's why I told Nolan, go home, enjoy yourself. I respect you for stepping up, and you're not going anywhere. And that kid's a dog. I mean, he fought like a dog. Former Marine, another great story. I love it. So we're going to take care of him. We'll see him fighting again in the UFC.
Everybody's been saying it all week. It's been 6 years since the UFC has returned to, or has been in Chicago. Was there any specific reason why it's taken so long?
Yeah, COVID. COVID happened, and then once the world started, you knew my stance during the whole COVID thing. We went through COVID, and then when everything opened up again, I was only going to states that were easy to do business in, and only going to states that would let me do full arenas. So that happened for a couple of years or whatever, and then then we hadn't been to so many places. There's so many options right now. But like I said, it's good to be back.
And as you said, there's so many options, but with a night like tonight, is Chicago sort of on the top tier of that list after tonight?
Yeah. I mean, I love Chicago. I literally have been up here yapping for 15 minutes about how much I love it here. We'll just have to see how this plays out schedule wise and with the new network and all the things that we got going on. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to come back to Chicago as much as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dana, over here real quick. Speaking of the new network deal, how much, I know you probably want to build as big of a card as possible for that first Paramount card. When do you guys start putting that together? And are you wanting this to be kind of like one of those super cards that you were talking about putting simulcasting on CBS, or will this just be kind of more of a traditional great card that you guys put on?
Here's the thing about being in this business, right? If you look at all the things that we accomplish, and at the end of every year, I'm always sitting in front of you guys going, I don't know how we're going to beat this last year, but we always seem to do it. You never stop proving yourself. You always have to get out and keep grinding. And in September, we're getting together. We're getting both the teams, my team and their team together. We're going to start game planning and working on how this is all going to work and how we can all work together. And ESPN has been incredible. These guys are like, we're going to help you as much as we can in the transition. Anything you need from us. We have an incredible relationship with them. I still have an incredible relationship with Fox. And we had a good relationship with Spike when we left there too. The guy Philippe Dumont, I'm sure you've all heard me and how I feel about that fucking guy, but who was one of the executives at the company back then. I'm not a fan of, but every other relationship I've ever had with all these networks, I still have, and nothing. There'll be no difference with ESPN when we leave. And I don't know what the fuck you asked me or where I'm going right now, but we got a lot of work to do. That's the answer to your question.
And then speaking of the deal, and I know obviously you still have a great relationship with ESPN, the Contender Series is still on ESPN. Do you guys have kind of an ETA of what you're looking at in terms of the rights deal for Tough and the Contender Series? Because I believe you said that was not part of the original deal with that Paramount.
Yeah. So what's your question about it?
Do you guys have kind of a rough timeline of when you're wanting to get a rights deal for those two entities?
We haven't even got the teams together to talk yet, and there's still a lot of work to do.
Thank you, Dana.
Yep.
Dana over here, former Celtic Kristaps Porzingis. He said he was interested in fighting for the UFC, and his post-NBA dreams were to be in MMA. What are your thoughts on that, and would you be open to that now that he's not on your Celtics?
I like him. He's a great guy. That's a tough transition to leave basketball and come fight in the UFC. But I love that that's how he feels, and we'll see when he retires. And once you'd have to fight some amateur fights, and once you get a couple fights under your belt, or one, you might change your mind. I don't know. We'll see. But I like him. I'm not gonna, say I wouldn't do anything with the guy or anything like that. consider him a friend. So
Congrats on a great night.
thanks, brother. Appreciate it. You guys done with me? Yeah. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Testing.
Just in case. Thank you, Fabiano.
Thank you, Fabiano.
No, I actually just ate my own midnight slice of pizza. I didn't get to experience the Chicago deep.
Good. Khamzat, right here. Congratulations on the win tonight. A lot of people have thought for a long time it was inevitable that this day would come where that belt would be in front of you. So how does it feel that this actually happened for you tonight?
Feels good, amazing. Happy for that.
You were extremely dominant in there. You landed the most total strikes ever in a UFC fight, over 500. Were you surprised you couldn't get him out of there over the course of the 5 rounds?
No, just was working on him, so I had some cool time on that there. So just spoke with him, spoke with his coach, middle of the fight. Was happy.
What kind of things were you saying?
I said, good job, work harder, guys.
You've had that back position on a lot of guys and you'd be able to choke them out. Was Dricus doing anything right to defend it, or?
Just because I was sweating, I went under last 30 seconds, tried to finish him. So I heard my corner says 30 seconds. That means to go to meet him. So I tried, but make mistake. So thankful for my coach. He gives the black belt, but I was like, when I went under, fuck, I don't have a black belt now. So, but he gives me respect. Thanks.
Does this win in a way, like the way you won, almost prove something more? Like a lot of people are questioning your cardio. Can you go 5 rounds? All that stuff. Like, does it feel good to kind of shut those people up a little bit?
I don't care what people think about, but doing my thing. So, like you said, how many strikes I landed on him, how many takedowns I has there. So I didn't guess out. So now they know.
Yeah, it was 529 total strikes and 21 minutes and 40 seconds of control time, which was the second most ever in a UFC
Yeah.
fight.
How many takedowns was it?
Let's see.
Yeah.
You had 12 takedowns.
So yeah, that's big by itself.
Do you still want to turn around and fight in Abu Dhabi?
We'll see what they say. I'm ready always, so no injuries. Thanks, God.
Will you continue to come to the States and train with Sam Calavita for these camps, or is that just kind of a one-off?
No, I'm gonna work with this guy. He's one of the best guys I'll work with for cardio. So that's crazy training over there. So thanks for him.
Who do you think is the most deserving person to fight for that belt first?
What?
Who do you think is the most deserving contender to challenge you for that belt first?
I don't care about these things, bro. I just where they give the money, I fight anyone.
Khamzat, you got the crucifix position a few times in the fight. Did you know before the fight that you could get to this position on Dricus, or was it when you were wrestling him you thought, oh, okay, it's right here?
That's just to have fun with my friends. I take them in this position, like holding them 25 minutes, 1 hour sometimes. They let them have a, so make them humble. Some guys like, nobody can take me down, hold me down. So I take them to the gym, hold them down there with this position. So yeah, I does this a lot.
Sometimes a lot of fans talk about Dricus and about how strong he is compared to some of the other guys you fought. Was he very strong or not really?
Nah, not like people talking about. So could take him down like anyone else.
Like Mike said, are you happy that the cardio questions have been put to bed, or did you yourself need to show yourself that you could do this?
The boy is always saying, bro, it will be good for us if you go 5 rounds. So for the next fight, so we're gonna have that makes us better fighter today. So happy that's happened, but sorry for Dana White. So he likes finishes, but I tried last seconds, but make mistake.
I think Dricus tried a guillotine. I'm assuming there was never any danger.
Nah, bro, I hope I can die before the next somebody submit me there.
Sean Strickland, your old friend, has been tweeting about you since the fight. He said that when you were in the gym together, he would actually out wrestle you and be better than you in the wrestling over 4 rounds.
Bro, Dricus take him down many times, but how can he take me down? Come on. This guy, I beat him everywhere and striking, but this guy just talk too much. So he's funny guy. He's working with, what is his name? Buratino or what is it?
Yeah, Paulo Costa.
Yeah, Paulo. I make them together.
Khamzat, over here. Congratulations on the victory. You obviously represent Dubai, Chechnya, and you used to represent Sweden. There's so many Swedish fans that are so happy for you. How much did your time in Sweden mean in your career?
That's always will respect the country. I've been there, like become a fighter. A couple of years I've been there, so people think I left the country. I never been like citizens in Sweden. I just been there like without papers, just working there. So I moved to Muslim country. I felt much comfortable. I fought there before. They give me big support always. That's why. But I always go back. I have a lot of Swedish friends and Swedish. And my family also, they has whole family has Swedish passport out me, so always there.
Very special. And your teammate, Baisangur Susukayev, he fought twice in 4 days. How early did you guys start training together, and how fast do you think he can rise to the top?
I knew him long time before, like a fighter, so my friends did work with him, train with him. He's younger than me. He'd been in the gym in Chechnya. And then he moved when I moved back. So try and train in Chechnya. He moved to US. So he lives here in Miami in great gym. He's training there. So good future. When I come here, we called him. So bring him to the camp, work with this guy, crazy good talent and young, 24 years old only. So if he works hard, so he's the next champ.
And I know after each fight you call your mom. I know she's very nervous to watch you fight. Did you get a chance to call her yet and tell her son is a champ?
Yeah, she was crying, calling. I was just, Mom, I'm the champ now, so don't cry. We'll be back soon.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I have some questions over here. Here. You don't see me.
Oh.
You were curious about Sweden, so I think we should go into take some questions in Swedish now. So I hope you all can keep up with us.
Yeah.
Så stort grattis till vinsten till att börja med. Wow.
Tack så mycket.
Om du kommer att hälsa på i Sverige, ska du ta med dig bältet då?
Ja, det kan vi göra.
Blir det en stor fest då?
Ja, vi får se.
Och sen tänkte jag fråga, om du ska försöka beskriva, hur är den här känslan? Vad känner du just nu? Jag menar, du är bäst i världen. Hur länge du har jobbat hela ditt liv? För det här är en dröm som har gått i uppfyllelse.
Det är stort för min familj, så I don't think, jag tänker inte så mycket för att det här är jättestort för mig, men jag har alltid velat att min familj ska leva bra, så det är viktigare för mig än det bäst. Så den här bältet, jag är bara glad att kan ge bättre opportunities för min familj.
Sista frågan då. Nu såklart, du ska väl få njuta av stunden som är just nu, men vad händer här nästa?
Det är bara Gud vet.
Så är det. Yeah, you can see he can still speak Swedish even if he don't have a Swedish passport.
So for this fight, you came in a little bit underweight at 183. Is 170 still a possibility for you to make that weight?
I don't know, bro. Just gonna go to hotel, joke with my friends, enjoy. Then we'll see what coaches they say, they decide, and you see what Dana White wants. So we'll see.
Before, you had mentioned that you wanted to become the first ever UFC triple champion. Obviously, we're one belt down. Is there a possibility of maybe not triple champion, but maybe double champion at 205?
If God wants, we'll do it. But I'm ready to fight anyone. Go up, go down. So if I don't die, I will be here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Khamzat, congratulations on winning the title. My question is, can you just talk about just the fan support for you all week? It just seemed like Chicago really loved you and really wanted to see you win the title. Now that you won it, would you be interested in fighting in America moving forward? And would you be interested in potentially fighting here again, considering that the crowd support is the exact same? And again, congratulations.
Of course, US, in US, when I always come back, so a lot of fans loving me, and also they support me. Thanks for them. Chicago being crazy, I felt like a home, so thanks for those guys. And always will be happy to be back and fight here and give good show. Thank you.
In Russian. Yeah. Khamzat, салам алейкум, с победой. По-русски немножечко. Во-первых, поздравляю тебя с поясом, это приятное впечатление, но нет ли у тебя горечи от того, что все-таки не удалось его финишировать?
Не, план был такой, бороться, парня. Так затаскали туда-сюда, побил чуть-чуть, и последние секунды пытался, когда мне кричали 30 секунд, и попытался сделать submission, и допустил ошибку и попал чуть-чуть вниз, пару ударов пропустил.
Но последняя минута со стороны казалась немножко опасной. Ты какую-нибудь опасность чувствовал?
Не, я знал, что у него сил нету, чтобы что-то сделать. Я просто не знал, что время уже уходит, и зачем там рисковать, там что-то пытаться делать.
Khamzat с поясом это надолго?
Когда ты становишься чемпион мира, это всегда остается чемпионом мира.
И последний вопрос, даже не вопрос. Очень много людей в России, в Чечне проснулось в 7 утра, чтобы посмотреть на твой чемпионский бой. Что ты им скажешь?
Спасибо огромное. Люблю всех, уважаю всех. Огромная благодарность.
Спасибо, с победой.
Спасибо.